Problem 23. Integral, this is definite integral. That is, you have limits 6 to 10 y times y minus 6 power 3 halves dy. This is actually, by just looking at it, you can see you have to let y minus 6 be something, okay? Because power 3 halves of an expression is quite a difficult game. So let u equals y minus 6. Then du dy is 1. In other words, du is dy, so that's not a problem. So what do I do with this particular y? Well, if u is y minus 6, move the 6 over. Then y becomes u plus 6, so that y becomes u plus 6. Okay? Furthermore, what are my limits? 6 to 10 for the variable y. When y is 6, u is 0. When y is 10, u is 4. Okay? All right. So 6 to 10 in terms of y becomes 0 to 4 in terms of u. Y is u plus 6 and y minus 6 is u. So notice this is a better expression than this because here you can distribute. All right, so let's go ahead and distribute. U times u to the 3 halves is u power 1 plus 3 halves because u has power 1. So 1 plus 3 halves plus 6 times u to the 3 halves. All of this definite integral 0 to 4 of du. So what is 1 plus 3 halves? It is 5 halves because 1 is 2 halves. 2 over 2 plus 3 over 2 is 5 over 2. Now find the integral of this and use the limits you have. So increase the power of u by 1 and divide by the new power. Plus 6 times increase the power of u by 1 and divide by the new power. And then don't forget the limits of integration 0 to 4, 0 to 4. So simplifying 5 halves plus 1 is 7 halves, right? 5 halves, 5 over 2 plus 2 over 2 is 7 over 2. Likewise, 3 over 2 plus 2 over 2 is 5 over 2. Okay? Now, what is the meaning of division by a fraction? It's multiplication by the reciprocal. 7 over 2 becomes 2 over 7. Likewise, 5 over 2, you are multiplying by 2 over 5, but there is a 6. So that 2 gives me a 12 over 5. Limits from 0 to 4. What does that mean? I plug in 4 first in my expression minus I plug in 0 next in my entire expression. So notice there is an entire minus. So it helps to write down entire parentheses. Okay. So this entire expression evaluated at 4 minus this entire expression evaluated at 0. Well, evaluation at 0 is nothing, right? 0 to the power 7 halves is 0. 2 times 0 is 0. Everything is 0. Same thing here. So all of that goes away. Now here, 7 over 2. Over 2 power means square root. Square root of 4 is a 2. Okay, power 7 I have kept. Likewise, here 4 power 5 over 2. Over 2 is square root. So square root of 4 is a 2. Power 5 I have kept. This is my final answer. So let me type that in. It is a complicated fraction plus another complicated fraction. Okay, so we got that part done. Now the numerator in each case. The first case it is 2 times 2 power 7. And in the second case, it is 12 times 2 power 5. Well done. Next question. Definite integral 0 to square root pi x cosine x squared dx. This again should tell us, see, cosine x squared is something that looks complicated. But if you notice, I can take, if I substitute this for u, then its derivative, part of it is here. 2x is the derivative of x squared. So x is here, okay? So there is hope. So let's run with that hope, right? Substitute u equals x squared. Du dx is 2x. I don't want 2x, I want just x. So move the dx above, that's x dx. Move the 2 below, that's du over 2. So x dx is du over 2. Cosine x squared is cosine u. Now what about the limits? These limits are in terms of x. So when x is 0, u is 0 squared. When x is square root pi, u is square root pi squared, pi. So this integral, definite integral, is this integral. X dx is du over 2. Cosine x squared is cosine u. Now this is getting better because this is simply integration of cosine u du over 2. Integral of cosine u, antiderivative of cosine is sine. Don't forget the limits, 0 to pi. So you take this entire expression, evaluate at pi, minus, take the entire expression, evaluate it at 0. Sine 0 is 0. Sine pi is also 0. All of this gives me 0. Okay? Maybe I'll go one more problem. Next problem is the last problem. Integral, definite integral 0 to 1, square root 2x plus 1, and there's a 2 outside. Hey, this is straightforward. This calls for substitution, just the object inside, okay, mind you. So u equals 2x plus 1, du dx is 2, so du is 2 dx. So 2 dx is du, okay, 2 dx is du. Square root 2x plus 1, 2x plus 1 was substituted to u. Now limits, when x is 0, plug in 0, u gives me 1. When x is 1, substitute 1, I get 2 plus 1, 3. U gives me 3. So this entire integral converts to 1 to 3 square root u du. What is square root u? U to the power half. So increase the power by 1, divide by the new power. Don't forget the limits, 1 to 3. 1 over 2 plus 2 over 2 is 3 over 2. Okay? Division by a fraction is multiplication by the reciprocal. Okay? Now substitute at the higher limit first, minus, substitute at the lower limit. 1 to the power anything is 1, so that is doing nothing. But this guy tells me, take the square root of 3, then power 3. Okay? So let's write down this expression. There is a numerator over 3 minus 2 over 3. Okay? This numerator is 2 square root 3 power 3. All of that is inside the big parenthesis. Mind you, the question said find the exact area of the region that lies under this curve. exact area of the region is exactly integration. 0 to 1 are the limits given to you, and the function is what goes inside as the integrand. So area, exact area, they are not asking for approximate area, exact area is this integration. All right, this completes my review. Now over to you. You work very hard, and mind you, this review uh, is a good start. Work harder than this. All right, do many more problems, as many problems as you can. All right, and feel free to write to me if you have any questions. Okay then.